Hey there, gang. So in the past, I've had people express to me that they find Hawkins to be a bit problematic to play on as clown, either due to how survivors can pre-run very effectively, how you've got that one tile in the corner, the glass room, that survivors can camp the corners and just waste your time if, you have to chase them there, and also just due to the sheer pallet density. There are a whole lot of pallets. And I can kind of sympathize with those struggles, especially before the patch, when Clan only had 4 bottles, his bottles were less effective, but I'm here to say, especially now that he has these buffs, that he's able to perform a lot better on it. And what I found in one match that I'm about to show you guys is using my favorite comfortable chase build. Y'all have seen me run this a bunch in the past. I was able to do very well even with a lack of generator perks. And I want to do a quick early shout out. Pay attention to this in particular. Zanshin tactics played a very significant role in my ability to keep up with survivors as we transition between tiles. Also, not just Zanshin tactics, but Cigar box. I think these two go hand in hand, not just on a map like Hawkins, but also in other indoor maps like RPD or Leary's. So really pay attention to how we just have such consistent information in all of our chases as we move between them. That's not to say, of course, that Coup de Grace and even Unrelenting, of course, with Save the Best for Last, didn't play their parts. Again, this is a chase comfort build, and given that we're dealing with a map that has such rich pallet density, having perks to help us in chase so we can have faster chases is pretty important, since again, with all that density, if we're having to kick pallets, we're probably not going to be getting any value from generator aggression or slowdown perks, assuming we were to have brought them. That's a quick load. Alright. Aw, with the prime too. Welcome to the VIP. Now, he's taking us straight to an area we don't want to really go. We're just kind of rotating here. Someone jumped the gun. That's a really good first health state. We don't want to throw just yet. I just had one idea, too. There we're going, babe. Let's see. This is where Zanshin tactics, gang, is actually really important. I'll know if we're running into pallets like that. By the way, the reduced delay is a big part about why we got that yellow buff as we went up the catwalk. So that was really, the buff really helped us there. We get this kick here, which kind of puts more pressure on this side of the map by the hook. I'm going to actually purposefully rotate by the hook because we're mostly doing this for mobility. It kind of see, this is kind of why I want to do that. Now, this is the obsession, but I'm cool with throwing my stacks away this early. Literally, throwing them away this early, gang, for a hook pressure is just fucking great. Because, I mean, we can just, if I really want to sweat, what I will do is I now go for this person off hook. Because this is going to pull somebody to have fucking body block. I don't know if she has a med kit or not, but she's not going to be able to heal if I'm running straight for that ass. She does have a med kit. So we're stopping her from getting value from a med kit, which is good. Again, we want to pull somebody from the other team to come in and assist her. Beautiful. I had to hit it with a little spin there to ensure we got it. Yeah, nothing personal, but I don't want to get W'd too hard on Hawkins early into the game, if you're curious why I'm kind of going for this tunnel. Part of that, we can kind of ease up a bit, but again, Hawkins is kind of W-y like RPD. It is pretty W-y. So if you can kind of get a little opportunistic early hook pressure doubled up, it's not exactly something not to consider. We can now consider kind of going for chasing somebody else now, but when you've got a 1 health state survivor injured like that, what are you going to do now, babe? Oh, she's actually great. You got a pre-drop now. Ooh. She didn't see that shit coming, gang. Where are you going? She wants to make it back. Actually not bad. I should have respected the fact that she would own with E. I actually could bloodlust this shit if I really wanted to. Unrelenting? Okay, she kicked my ass. Fuck off. let me see. That's really, really fucking bad. Holy shit. You know, if I would have lunged, I would have downed her. I should have respected that. I got a little bit too hesitant. I should have... That's really, really bad. They're going my stacks. I'm gonna just chase down Kayla again. Fuck it. She's also been hooked once, by the way. It's not about the fact she's the obsession at this point. Remember we got that early hook? That actually makes her, by the way, what would you call it? Contingency. Shit, this is where Zanshin is huge if you don't fuck it up, by the way. You want to get that pink ready for that? Now we get this. Boom. That's why you want Zanshin tactics, by the way. Zanshin tactics coming in clutch for those pink bottle curves. We're gonna go this way, get this hook right here. That is why, how you play this map. Q also really, really helps too, keep in mind. Go ahead and kick this. We know someone is right here, we see them. Let's go ahead and kick this. I'm actually gonna go ahead and look at this. This is actually really, really good. Kicking this, we've actually got a bit of a... Amazing, amazing. Good, 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 good. I'm gonna actually hit David because I want more STBFL stacks at this point. We spread some pressure. We've got a lot of injuries now. This is where we want a yellow. Curve it. Beautiful. Well, not exactly beautiful, but kind of decent. Oh my gosh, he's camping the pallet. Fuck, I need to kick that shit now. I just need to kick that shit and fucking... I didn't have time to kick it earlier if you're kind of wondering because I expected someone was going to be over here and I was kind of trying to play around multiple angles. Remember, I got a bunch of what I'm saying, gang, so... I don't want to go play the room that they're going on the side of the map because that's like extremely strong. See, we figure we catch someone out over here. We get a cross up over... Who is this? 2 survivors. That's actually great. We found 2 survivors. That means we are stopping 2 people from doing stuff. Oh my gosh. No! I needed my Unrelenting so badly! What's up, bitch? Oh! Yeah, I fucking thought so. You fucking thought I didn't think, but I thought so. Oh! It's actually not bad, though. She's actually really good. Alright, let's see. We will kick that pallet now, by the way. Now we do kick that pallet. How would you say this build works on other M1 kills? I don't fucking know. I don't play other M1 kills. You know what I mean? I've heard some people tried my Gate of Death build on Clown, on Skull Merchant, and they actually got some pretty good value out of it. We're talking new Skull Merchant, by the way, too, where they get the extra haste and shit. So, I mean, that's kind of one killer that comes to mind. If we hooked her twice, can't fucking remember. I really... We should be putting pressure on this, because we have a lot of gens getting worked on right now. We're gonna... Ooh, good. We get the... Beautiful. Not really nice. She goes the angle I wanted her to go. What the fuck? Thank you. That's amazing. She can't play into these pallets. She can't play this pallet. Oh, no. You gotta drop this pallet. Oh! Sit the fuck down. Yeah, the faster yellow activation is so amazing. 2 people simultaneously hooked. Hello? What's going on? Oh, she's dead. Well, would you look at that? We throw away STBFL. Ooh. She hit second. Oh my gosh, y'all. We are just... we've kind of swung this match around. We know he's going around. That's good. That's literally all calculated, by the way. Every single one of those setups, especially if he makes the on with the E with the on. We got 1 STBFL stack before she died, so that means we now have 5% faster recovery. You thought I thought, but I thought. Actually good. He's gonna want to push. I can't. Shitting me. Why do I do that? I fuck up my yellow so badly. Oh my gosh, dude. I wanted to cross up, not go over. Oh. My pink's not doing anything, FYI. Unrelenting value, let's fucking go. We needed Unrelenting for this, by the way. This is actually where Unrelenting got us the fucking down, by the way. Yeah, that's why we run Unrelenting, by the way. When you don't have Q for that shit. She really just fucking died on hook. Okay. Yeah, that is Unrelenting, by the way. Notice how I lunged around. I missed. He tried to go around the faster recovery meant he couldn't make it back to the pallet. That's Unrelenting. I have 2 videos minimum on Unrelenting on my YouTube channel. If anybody's curious, Unrelenting is very misunderstood. It's actually valuable in chase in ways that people can't comprehend. I genuinely believe that. I've done my best to elaborate on that. It's also in my guide. What are they doing? Thank you, Crogway. Have a nice evening. Always glad to have you. Hey, Monkey, how you doing? Monkey Chainsaw. They brought the map. I don't even mind they brought the map. I think it was good practice. It was good fun. They played really well. Had some really strong chases from the survivors, too. A couple of them. Who is it? One of the staples? I think so. Would you please just die already? Thank you. Hi, Craigie. Oh, Craigie, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. No. How are you doing, Craigie? It's good to see you. Alrighty. Dude, did she literally just go, like, AFK upstairs? What? Is that, like, red herring? I don't think she's actually up there, and I feel like we should just be looking for Hatch. I have no idea what has gone on in this game. We've fun a lot of fun chases. It's 2 AM. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I don't generally get on pretty late. Why is she AFK? I don't know what she's got going up there, gang. Going on up there, gang. I don't want to find out. Is she not gonna be coming down? Dude, I was so confused for a minute. She did have red herring. What did I tell you, gang? Didn't I call that out? I was like, she's gotta have red herring. I was just so spooked out. I was like, some sus is going on upstairs. Played well, fun chases. So even with its insane pallet density, again, Hawkins is something like 20 to 23 pallets spread out across the whole map. We only needed to kick 2 pallets in order to get this win. Further, one of those pallets was kicked outside of chase. So how is it that this was possible? Again, a big hand goes to Zanshin tactics alongside Cigar Box. That information, being able to see both pallets and survivors as they move between these tiles, going from room to room, down the long hallways, you need that information in order to get your bottle setups properly, because you have to pre-charge your bottles. If you don't have Zanshin tactics and you are going down some of these long hallways, I've done this before, been on this map without Zanshin tactics, you are playing essentially blind. It almost does feel like you are playing blindfolded. I have walked down hallways with a pink bottle in my hand, waiting for a pallet as I was getting close to a survivor, only for there to be no pallet. I then had to put the bottle away and then I could hit them. Because if there was a pallet there, I would have needed to slow them down while they're in the animation lock of throwing down that pallet, so that way I could cross around and catch them before they get to another tile. So it really is game breaking on a map like this. And you know, it also, in some similar way where it kind of pendulum swings, you'll kind of see too, is what happens when survivors don't have windows of opportunity. See, every single survivor but the Michaela did not have windows of opportunity. So if you are playing Clown on Hawkins and you have the precognition of where everything is going to be, you know where every survivor is moving as they go in between, and the survivors themselves don't know where it is that they could be moving for the best for themselves, that means your chases are also going to be much, much faster than if you didn't have Zanshin tactics and also if they didn't have windows of opportunity. So again, probably the I would say the biggest contributing factor to us winning this game, if we were playing with 0-gen perks, that is kind of part of the Asterisk 2 gang. You know, like we're talking about a full non-gen perk build, a chase build. Zanshin Tactics was the biggest role. Next, I would probably say coup de grace. STBFL would be really great on this map. We just didn't get a whole lot of STBFL value. And the reason for that is because of how much time we spent pressuring the obsession. Now, could we have not hit the obsession? Could we have just tried to ignore them? Possibly. It's just you have to take into account the time of the game and how early it is or how late it is when you make that decision to pressure the obsession. And in our case, it was shortly after the match had even begun. So downing the Michaela, throwing away our STBFL stacks, and hooking her meant that, as I mentioned earlier into the match, it created a contingency. In the event that I had a problem with chasing the other non-obsessions, I could fall back on just killing the obsession, removing a survivor as a whole from the match, and that would make pressuring the other non-obsessions, even if I don't have Save the Best for Last, a lot easier on account of the efficiency being broken down for their team as a whole. So that is definitely one thing to take into account. Save the Best for Last, again, could have been better, but even though it didn't, it only didn't because we were playing into our understanding of the game's momentum. So lastly, Unrelenting. Unrelenting, you know, technically when it got us the down, the game was pretty much over. The survivor who was on the hook ended up dying on the hook. No one went for them. So it's not as if David stalling me out was stalling me out for their teammates to go get the save. That being said, I want people to pay attention to that chase. That chase was a very difficult chase, and a part of that, when you look at that pallet when I was chasing David while he was injured, there are 4 different ways he can leave that pallet loop. He can go from the backside, or he can go from the 3 different doorways on the other adjacent area, and that was why I was so panicked in playing into the Pure M1. I didn't reload for so long because I knew that if he was waiting for me to reload, he was going to take any one of those ways to get out, and I wouldn't be able to catch up with him without losing some time. Because that one specific pallet loop near the end, you can't slice that tile. You know, I talk about tile slicing and how tile slicing enables you to get a free reload, prevent survivors from leaving the area. That one pallet loop, since there are 4 different ways that you can leave it, you can't slice it. Thankfully, though, he didn't leave the pallet loop, and that's where we were able to get that unrelenting value. Because when we went for that lunge, we were panicked. I fucked up my yellow bottle placement, and I went for that lunge. He expected I was going to go for the lunge, and he was banking on me having base kit recovery speed from missing an M1, and that he was going to be able to make it back to that pallet. And he would have made it back to that pallet, and things would have been harder since we would have, again, been reset back to neutral, if not for the fact that I had Unrelenting. So if that chase had taken place at any point earlier into the match, it very well would have been game-changing pressure getting that down, because if I had missed and he had some opportunity to leave that tile or make it back to the pallet, we are extending that chase time a minimum 10 to 15 seconds, possibly more, depending on how many bottles are going to be remaining. So really, really think about all that. But I hope y'all really enjoyed this match. Really interesting and things that you can take away from it. Again, the buffs to Clown helped tremendously. Having these extra 2 bottles, having your yellow bottles activate sooner, and lastly, having that extra 1 second duration especially helps when you're transitioning between these tiles. If you're interested in learning how to play Clown better, I have a very detailed and extensive Clown guide that I'll be sure to link in the description. And lastly, I stream live on Twitch during the weekdays, so if you're interested in catching these matches in person and perhaps asking me questions, interacting with me personally, I'll have linked my stream in the description as well. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Later, gang.